Hello, all you fabulous people. I am here today to talk about something that I don't really know if people talk about it too much on YouTube or if they don't. I don't think I've seen videos talking about this. And that doesn't even matter because I want to talk about it today. And I don't want to make a video, makeup tutorial because I want to talk to you about this. Now, in what I want to talk about is women loving themselves for how they look. The reason I want to talk about this is because me working at a makeup counter full time really gives me a lot of insight into how people feel about themselves, the way they look, and their size and everything. So I wanted to talk a little bit to you guys about how I feel about the way I look and about the way other people look and stuff. And it'd be really cool if you wanted to leave me a comment below about what your thoughts are about this. But I meet a lot of women who really don't like the way they look. I meet a lot of people that like the way they look, but they get focused on like the tiniest things that nobody else sees. And I just meet a lot of women in general. And, you know, most of them, they'll be, well, not most of them, but some of them, they'll be like, yeah, I have like the reddest nose ever. And you'll be like, where? Is it red? It's like bright red right here. And you'll be like, not really, you know. And it's all because we look at ourselves in the mirror every single day. And we don't look at women like different women all the time. Or do you know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to hate yourself, and it's a lot easier to see that you want to look like somebody else. But why do you want to do that? You should love you for the way you look. So I want to talk about the things that I was really unsatisfied about the way that I looked when I was younger. I feel inside like I'm 22 and I'm turning 30 in 2 days. Whoa! And I'm not having a crisis about it because the older I get, the more comfortable I am in my own skin. So actually, I'm really looking forward to turning 35 because then I might love myself completely. And that's going to be great. Especially for you younger girls, I think you should really stop hating yourself. Stop focusing on tiny little things that you hate about yourself because every single woman looks fabulous in her own unique way. And I am not bullshitting you. I'm saying this because this is how I feel and I really want more people to love themselves. And I don't know if it might seem really, really corny that I'm saying this, and I work for a cosmetic company, you know, and I help women apply makeup all day, and some people apply makeup to change the way they look or enhance something, or you know, there's different reasons for putting on makeup, and I'm not gonna judge you for why you use makeup, because I use makeup every single day as well. But I just want to talk to you about loving yourself. So I want to tell you guys, because I know some of you sent me like really, really sweet comments about how beautiful I am and blah, 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 blah. And that's great. But do you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and tell yourself the same thing? Because you probably don't. And if you do, you know, that's super. But it's so much easier to see what you love about somebody else instead of seeing what you love about yourself. Now, when I was younger, I used to hate my red hair. People would tease me all the time, and I used to hate my freckles. And, you know, I've heard people say so many times that people with freckles and red hair are like the ugliest people on earth. I've heard that all the time. Now, what I feel is that, you know, only 1% of the population has red hair, so I feel kind of unique. And my freckles, well, you know what, when I have blemishes and stuff, you don't really see it because I have my freckles. I love my freckles, and I love my red hair because it's what makes me stand out from the crowd. I used to hate my big chubby cheeks, and when I was younger, they were even bigger. They were like huge. Um, but you know, it makes me have like a huge smile and like not look like I'm anorexic in my face, you know. And the older I get, the slimmer I get in my face. Also, I like when I was 19, I was really poofy in my face, like. And you know, the older I get, the more everything settles in my body and everything it changes. I used to have really big breasts. Like I used to be a 36 double D, and at one point I was an E, and that was huge. And I used to feel like all people saw were my breasts, and it was really, really hard. And I could never wear anything that was low cut because I just felt like my breasts came walking before me. And you know, the older I've gotten, things have really slimmed down, and I don't have really big breasts anymore. And you know, and even if I did, I'm pretty sure I would feel more comfortable having them than I did when I was younger. Um, and you know, there's a lot of things I didn't like about my body. I mean, just my legs. I've never shown off my legs. I never used to wear like skirts and shorts or anything. And now I've started doing that. This was the first year that I've worn short shorts and felt comfortable because I just felt like, you know what, if you think I have cellulite on my thighs, who cares? My boyfriend thinks I'm fabulous the way I am. And you know, if you can't like me because I have cellulite on my legs, well then maybe I can't like you because you're so superficial. You know, I'm a great person on the inside, and if you can't see that, then maybe you need to take on the right kind of glasses and see that it's about personality and not the way you look. And so for all of you girls thinking that, this is going to sound so wrong, but hopefully you get what I mean. For all the girls that think I look really pretty, you look pretty as well. You just don't look like me. You probably have beautiful eyes or beautiful lips or, you know, fabulous fingers. I think like the tiny details in a woman's body is what makes her unique and makes her look really, really nice. Like my back is really, really pretty. I really used to hate my back because I'm really wide shouldered and stuff, but it makes me look like really. And I'm still not at a place where I love myself 100%, but it gets better for every single day. So just remember, if you get a sit that's horrible and it's sitting right here and you hate it and you want to cover it up and everything, put on some crazy ass eyeliner. And then, you know, people focus on the eyeliner and won't focus on the sit. And, you know, if you don't like your mouth, then put on some beautiful makeup on your eyes, and that's the first thing people will see, and they won't notice your lips. I mean, just. And you know what else I think? I think women are so good at seeing the negative things about other women too. Like if you're walking down the street, I used to do this a lot when I was younger. When I was walking down the street with my friends, I'd be like, "Oh my God, did you see that woman? She was so ugly." Blah, blah, blah. I used to do that a lot, and I was horrible. I'm gonna say it because that's not how I am anymore. But now I can actually. I the other day I went over to a woman and I said, "Oh my God, can I tell you, you look so fabulous?" And she was like, okay, thank you. And I said, well, you know, most of the time people are really, really good at saying negative things to each other, but it's so important to say positive things, and I really think you look awesome. And she just felt so happy. So we should get better at this, okay? We should get better at telling each other that we look fabulous, because we do. Every single one of you. And you might be overweight, or you might be really skinny, or you might be short, or you might be tall. Just remember, every other woman hates something about themselves. So do I, so do you. But learn to love you for you, because you are really, really beautiful. Every one of you. So please leave me a comment saying what you think. I think you should just try and start thinking more positive about the way you look, because I really do feel that every woman is unique in her own way. So that's all for me now. It might sound a bit tacky, but that's the way I feel. Bye, lovelies.